What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about why money can't make you happy. Now, before I dig my hands into the psychology behind all of this, I want to provide you with a little bit of a proof. That's right, I'm going to prove it. So I want you to think about all the most financially successful people in the world. Maybe this is celebrities, maybe this is people on a list in Forbes magazine. Whatever, people that you might know of that are very, very financially successful. And I want you to ask yourself if they are all happy. Do you think that they're all happy? Of course, the answer is no. Now, some of them might be, but a lot of them have drug problems. They are addicted to success, so they're kind of caught in this loop. They have a lot of self-image issues, perhaps if they're celebrities. So there's a lot of refining that still has to go on in their ego structure. They're not satisfied with their life, even though that they're very financially successful. They're not intrinsically happy. Now, like I said, a lot of them might be. So I'm not saying that money means having money means you can't be happy. Of course, that's ridiculous. But I'm just saying getting money is not what's going to make you happy. Being rich is not the answer to all your life's issues. It's not what's going to make you finally happy. Now, you might very well believe this, even if on the surface you're saying, well, yeah, you're right. I myself still have a lot of kind of very subtle beliefs around this that I still have to kind of undo and refine and reprogram, so to speak. I have to rewrite the software. We've been led on, and not led on as in people are, they're manipulating us, because the people that are leading this on are under the same impression that being financially successful is the same thing as being happy. And that's very inherently false. That's not true. That can't be true. We just went over why that can't be true, because there's people that are very financially successful and they're not happy. So don't confuse financial success for happiness. Make sure you undo that belief that you have. Now, of course, you might be saying, but Evan, I got to eat, I got to survive. So what we're talking about here is kind of beyond your survival needs, like an excess of money beyond your survival needs. It's not what's going to make you happy. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't strive to be financially abundant. I myself strive to be financially abundant. But this means that don't make that your number one priority and dismiss everything else. Because then what you're doing is trading in a sense of genuine fulfillment for comfort and financial success. Because that's what success equates to. Success does not equate to genuine fulfillment. It equates to comfort, right? If you have all the money in the world, now you can be comfortable. Now you can live in a nice cushy house and have a nice big TV and go on vacations whenever you want and, get all the stimulation you want because you can buy whatever products you want. You're going to have a hot wife or a hot husband. So you hold these ideals, right? Recognize them. They're there. That's comfort. And comfort does not equate to fulfillment either. What comfort actually tends to equate to is complacence. Comfort tends to be where the human spirit goes to die. The comfort zone is nice and comfortable, but nothing ever grows there, right? That's why you have to push your comfort zone. That's something that you hear a whole lot, and that's pretty good advice. You have to try to step past your comfort zone, push those walls a little bigger every time. So there's a bit of a phenomenon that I want to talk about, and this occurs when people frame their whole life around getting money. And you might very well be doing this yourself. Are you working a job just to pay the bills? Are you in school just to get a job that pays well? Because if so, then you're in this category. There's a phenomenon that occurs where even if you developed a business that is going to do very, very well, and 5 years down the road, bam, you got a business worth a couple $1 million. If you're not passionate about it, if you're doing it just because it paid well, then what you might find is that actually, instead of becoming happier, you became less happier. You became less happy. And this is because you were chasing something that wasn't there. You were going after a genuine sense of fulfillment by going after financial success and a very superficial way of acquiring financial success. The way you go about doing this, where it's going to be rewarding, genuinely rewarding, and not leave you disappointed, is by framing your course of action around your passion. Because then you will be genuinely fulfilled by going ahead and working towards that every single day. So the process is going to be fulfilling and the reward is going to be fulfilling. So you're getting that money in a fulfilling way. So this is what I meant when I said this doesn't mean that you shouldn't strive for financial abundance, but strive for it in a way that is going to be rewarding regardless of if you're getting $1 million or if you're getting kind of enough to get by. So in a way, getting money doesn't actually make you happy. Being happy, getting that genuine sense of fulfillment is what's going to attract the money. I won't dive too far into that one. So you see, we have this concept. We've held this concept. We've been fed with it, and we're continuing to be fed with it, that material things and financial success are what's going to make us fulfilled, when that's just not true. That provides excitement, maybe. Maybe we get to buy things, and they're exciting. But then, we get excited. Oh, it's here. It came in the mail, and then it goes back down. Oh, I made a big sale today. Yeah. But then it goes back down if it's just about the money. If you made a big sale today and you did so with making somebody else's life better, or you did so by serving someone, then that's a different story. But if you're only concerned about your bottom line, maybe you have a clothing company and you're exploiting the people that don't have better opportunities in their countries by getting their cheap labor and so on, and you're not sustainably sourcing your fabrics, so you're causing harm to the environment, and you're exploiting people for cheap labor. So clearly you're not concerned about anything except your profit margins. That's not what's going to make you happy. If you're making money and you're doing so by solving those issues and kind of serving the world, that's a different story. That's more fulfilling. So what's the distinction here? What's the difference between the two? It's more consciousness. It's more awareness. And it starts with the awareness that money and financial success is not the answer to all your problems. It's not what's going to make you happy. It might make you excited, right? Like that peak that I was showing before. But then it goes back down, and then you need more of it. And now it's like a drug. You can only get high with that stimulation. Maybe physically it's not harming your body like some drugs might be. But psychologically it works on the same mechanism. Your brain is actually releasing a lot of those same chemicals when you get that stimulation of making a sale or getting a new material item. So it starts with reframing your paradigm around money, which is what you're doing by watching this video and by integrating what I'm telling you here. And you got to be careful. You have to integrate it. You have to stay on top of this. You have to catch the way your mind might fall back into the other belief system. that we're working to get out of right now. Because it's still all around you, right? It's still being fed to you through advertising and through your parents and your friends and people all around you. So you got to be careful. Let your higher discernment guide you. And the trend here is that you're becoming more conscious. And that is actually what's going to bring you lasting happiness. Because if you attach your sense of fulfillment, your sense of happiness with something, then you're setting yourself up to fail. It's like, yeah, I'm going to get this money. Now I'm happy. But now you're not continuously getting the money. Or even if you are, it's very superficial. It's excitement. It's not happiness. Happiness is not excitement. It's an internal, unattached state of peace and well-being. So when you become more conscious, and you might start to do consciousness work and enlightenment work, now you can cultivate that sense of internal peace and the happiness, and it's unattached. That was something that I said, right? It's unattached. That's a very key ingredient here, because you're not attaching it to something. Attaching your happiness to something is setting yourself up to fail. And I just repeated myself intentionally. That's important to remember. Don't attach your happiness to things, because things are impermanent. You have to attach your happiness, or catching myself using the words here, but your happiness is linked to your being. Be more in touch with your sense of being, and you can be more in touch with your internal, natural state of peace, because it's actually naturally what you are. So with all that being said, money does not bring you happiness. However, strive for financial abundance, but not as a primary. Make sure you are living out your passions for this, not for the financial abundance, but make sure you're getting that financial abundance through genuinely passionate things that you find fulfilling. And then, of course, you have to do the consciousness work. So my channel is largely about self-help. It's about digging into our psychology, and consciousness work is it's unavoidable if you are going to get long-term, genuine happiness that's unattached, which is what we're all looking for at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we all just want to be happy. That's how we make our decisions. However, recognize that the decisions that you're making for this happiness are actually quite misinformed. They're not going to bring you that happiness. Getting more in touch with your sense of being will. And doing things that you're genuinely passionate about, serving the world in a way that you care about, will. So I talked a whole lot about reframing your paradigms around money. Before I sign off here, I want to recommend a really good book that's going to be helpful for this. And this book is by Brent Kessel, who is one of the best financial advisors. He was voted as one of the best financial advisors in the United States. And it's called It's Not About the Money. This is a very good book. It will help you reframe your paradigms, like how I was telling you to reframe it here, and how I was exposing you to the flaws of your current paradigm around money. And there's a lot of good, like, he's a financial advisor. This book is not actually about money. It's more about money psychology. But he's a financial advisor, so he understands that you need money to survive and all that stuff, right? But it's a great book. I highly recommend it. It takes you through a lot of exercises and makes you self-reflect a whole bunch. So, That's all for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to go give it a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.